Hey everyone, today I'm going to review the movie Five Nights at Freddy's, also known as FNAF. This film is based on the very popular horror video game series that many people around the world know. The original games became famous because of their mysterious story, creepy atmosphere, and the unique idea of animatronics character coming to life during the night. The movie follows the story of a man named Mike, who starts working as a night security guard at an old and abandoned pizza restaurant called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. At first, the job seems simple: he just avoids the building during the night. However, he soon realizes that the animatronic mascot inside the restaurant are not just machines. They move, they act strangely, and something mysterious is clearly happening inside the building. Many fans of the game series were very excited when the movie was announced, because the games already had a deep and complex story, often called the lore by the fan community. So, people hope that the movie will show the story on the big screen and explain some of the mysteries from the games. So, in this video, I'm going to talk about my honest opinion about the movie. I will discuss what I liked, what I didn't like, and what could have been better. And how the movie compares to the original game series, and its story. So, after watching the movie, I will say that I have mixed feelings about it. On one hand, it was interesting to finally see the world of Five Nights at Freddy's turns into a live-action movie. The animatronics looked very realistic and well-designed, and it was cool to see characters like Freddy, Bonnie, and Chica appear on screen. The atmosphere of the movie was also quite good in some moments. The dark lighting, the empty restaurant, and the mysterious events happening during the night helped create a feeling of tension and curiosity. However, as a fan of the original games, I also noticed something that felt a little strange. The movie doesn't completely follow the original story and lore of the games. Instead, it feels more like an alternative version of the universe. The characters, locations look familiar, but the story itself is quite different what fans might expect. Because of that, the movie sometimes feel a little like a different timeline or a parallel version of the Five Nights at Freddy's universe. So for me, as a fan, it felt a bit like returning to a house that looks familiar from the outside. But once you enter it, the rooms and the layout are different. You recognize the place, but at the same time, it doesn't feel actually the same as you remember.
What I liked. First, let's talk about what I liked about the movie. One of the strongest parts of the film was definitely the visual design. The animatronics looked very detailed, realistic, and creators clearly tried to stay close to the original character designs from the games. And another thing I liked was the atmosphere of the restaurant. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza in the movie looked mysterious and slightly creepy, which is exactly the kind of environment fans expected from this franchise. I also think the movie tried to tell more emotional story about the main character and her personal struggles. This made the film more focused on character development rather than just horror. What I didn't like, however, there were also several things that I didn't like as much. The biggest issue for me was how different the story was compared to the original lore of the games. So the games have a very complex and mysterious storyline that have the fans have been analyzing for many years. Many people expected the movie to explore the lore in more depth, but instead the movie created a story that feels inspired by the game rather than directly connected to them. And because of that, some fans might feel that the movie doesn't fully capture the same mystery and complexity that made the original game so interesting, like me. And another issue was that some parts of the movie felt a little slow for a horror movie. There were moments where the tension could have been stronger or more intense, but could be better. I think the movie could have been even better if it explores the original lore of the games more deeply. So, the Five Nights at Freddy's universe already has a very rich story with many mysteries and hidden details, so using more of that material could have made the movie more exciting for fans. The movie also could have more included more suspense. Could have included more suspenseful and frightening scenes to create a stronger horror experience. And another important thing to mention is digital citizenship when discussing movies online. When we share movies reviews or opinions on the internet, it is important to respect other people's viewpoints. Not everyone will have the same opinion about movie, and that's completely normal. It's also important to not to share pirated versions of movies online. Piracy breaks copyright laws and can harm the creators who worked hard to produce the film. Instead, people should watch movies through legal platforms and support the people who made them. So overall, I think Five Nights at Freddy's is an interesting movie, especially for fans of the game series. It has recognizable characters, a good visual design, and some interesting ideas. However, the story is quite different from the original lore of the games, which might surprise some fans. I would probably rate this movie around 7 out of 10. It's enjoyable to watch, but it could have been even better if it stayed closer to the original story of the games series of Five Nights at Freddy's. And so, thank you for watching my review vlog. Um, Goodbye.